doesn't negate him being the
Yo,
one
y'all
who
hear me?
actually did this. Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I ain't gonna lie, G1, you gotta stick to Peter Geach, man. Yo, this ain't
Yeah, Peter Geach
this
is a
ain't
good
your
guy,
field.
man.
Wait, so you
This
just
ain't
came
your
up here to
field, bro.
yap?
Okay.
Let me just address
Wait,
let
you
me just
just came here
address
to
what he
yap?
said.
You just came up here to
Shut
yap?
up, dude. I'm not talking to you, dude.
Okay.
Listen,
Okay.
put a sock in it, dog.
What a
Put a sock in
socket
it.
at?
Okay,
Thank you.
okay,
Bro,
we're not
how
gonna.
old are you?
Okay, you guys, I
Put a
Put a
sock
didn't
in it.
make
sock
a
in it. How
panel
old
to
is you,
do
bro?
this.
Thank you.
I didn't.
Jesus Christ.
I did not make a
All
panel
right.
to do this.
Respect the panel. Hey,
All right.
respect the panel.
Yeah,
Chill.
respect the panel,
Please.
bro. Come
Like,
on,
what is
Bambino.
this?
Anyways, so G1, you said that because John chapter 1 says that all created things came through Christ, then Christ himself can't be a created thing. Is that your claim?
That wasn't what I said.
That's literally what
My
you just
claim,
said.
my claim. No, my
No, no, no,
my
no, 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 no,
claim,
no, no.
my
No. Did
claim,
you
my
say that or
claim.
not?
That isn't what I said.
Oh my God. Am I tripping? You
I
just
can
said
tell you
that.
what I said.
Yeah, you're tripping.
All
When did
right.
I say that?
All
Because
right, go ahead.
pride. No, I said
You,
specifically.
yeah, go ahead.
Are you talking about what I said in the beginning? I can tell you what I said in
You
the beginning. In the
literally
beginning, I
just
stated.
said, because it is said that Christ came through, or all created things came through Christ, it would be a contradiction to say that Christ is created, because that would mean he came through himself. You said that word for word. Word for word,
Yeah,
bro,
that is
just
what I
now.
said, but that's not what you stated that I said
You
earlier.
just
So
said
it's
you didn't say
contradictory.
that, brother.
Because what you
Anyways.
said now, is different to what you said earlier. You said
No, it's
that
not.
what I stated,
I
yes, it
literally
was.
just
I
repeated
can
what
even
it.
tell you.
All
No,
right,
you
all right, no
didn't. No, you
problem.
didn't.
No
You look the
problem. No
point
problem.
that
No problem. No
Wait,
problem, G1. It's recorded.
G1. To be fair, by the
Recorded,
way,
bro.
you just asked him to clarify what you said, and you agreed that was what we
I didn't
said.
ask him to
So,
clarify what I said. I just said that isn't what I said, and what he just
and
said
then you said,
now
wait, you
is
just
what I said.
okay,
That's what
whatever.
that's why I said he corrected himself.
Dude, I literally just repeated. I repeated myself. You
No,
disagreed
there's
the
look.
first time and
I can
agreed the
tell you
second
the
time.
two
What are you
statements.
talking about?
No, I didn't. How am
All
I
right.
agreeing if
No,
I said that's not what I said?
no problem.
What?
No problem. No problem, G1. No problem. Let the convo progress, dude. No problem. Saint
But yeah,
Augustine
what I
says
said.
that all men came. Let me
But
finish, bro.
let me
I'm talking. Am I cutting
finish
out?
what?
No.
Yeah, you was.
I'm not.
But what's your point?
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
okay.
now you are.
Saint
Now you are.
Augustine.
Yeah.
It was actually a really great build until Orthodox came up.
Yo,
I am
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear
You
you, but
just
you're
you just
just
keep
cutting out
lagging,
a
bro.
little
All right.
bit.
Yeah,
Give
we
me
can
a
hear
sec.
you.
Give me a sec.
You seen Tommy
Bro,
also said that.
Bro's supposed to have money, bro. Why the Wi-Fi trash? Come on, lock in.
Man, I literally said to
What?
quit it.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect this. I know y'all people got money.
That's a
Freaking
quick
black
on,
people,
bro.
bro. You're gonna make me, bruh.
Oh my
Man,
god.
man trying to get
I'm
dropped.
not racist. I promise, guys.
I get dropped, bro. I'm
she's
just listening
lying.
to y'all.
She's
I don't really
lying.
care about this
She's literally
conversation.
lying. She's literally lying, bro.
Anyways, did y'all have turkey today or no?
SJ definitely had turkey.
Oh, brother.
No, didn't have no turkey.
SJ, is this true?
What?
Oh my god, who is Thorman, bro? Y'all have, bro, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna get out the way. Cause I'm not even really talking. I'm just listening to y'all. Yeah.
Just
God
no,
bless.
bruh. Okay.
But while Ibiano fixes his internet,
Hey, do you want $10? He's gonna go to Proverbs 8.
$10 with who?
Wait, what did he
Libby,
say? Wait, what did he say?
I said, $10 can go to Proverbs 8.
No, somebody said not
You talking
SJ.
about
You can talk
me or you
like
talking about
that.
him? You talking about him or you talking about me?
Never mind. I'm nothing. Go ahead. Continue.
But yeah, but Itachi, yeah, like I was saying earlier, right? I said that it would be contradictory to interpret Christ to be an instrumental cause because a contradiction will occur because it's saying that, Christ existed prior to him having existence and he gave himself existence. right? And if you believe if you take the action that nothing can cause its own existence, then yeah, there's going to be a contradiction.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just driving. That's why it's cutting out. So G1, so you have a false assumption that you're reading into the text because the
What's the
text
false assumption?
assumes, I'll tell you, the text assumes that Christ is the first creature. Now, when I say creature, I don't mean that Christ is created ex nihilo, because that's not what the text is saying. The text is not saying that Christ is a creature like us, but assumes that Christ is created in some sense. And just to refute what you said earlier, Saint Augustine, for example, says, not just Saint Augustine, even the New Testament says something similar, but Saint Augustine says that all men came from Adam. Would you say that's a correct statement?
All men came from Adam. Yeah.
Okay, is Adam a man?
All men came from Adam. Yeah, Adam's a man. Yeah.
Did Adam come from himself?
No, because the
So
statement
how
is
could
being
it
restricted to.
how could it be a correct statement?
Because when you're saying all men came from, wait, what was the statement which you listed again? So I don't I could misconstrue.
All men came from Adam.
Yeah, so yeah, all men came from Adam, and men here
Is
is
Adam a
signifying
man?
any human nature. Yeah, Adam's a man, but it's being restricted
Did
to the
Adam come
descendants
from
of Adam.
himself?
No, because the statement is being restricted to the individuals who derived from Adam. So Adam's not
Right.
going to be included in the statement.
So then whoever says this statement assumes that Adam must have came first for all other men to have come from him, right?
Of course. So what's your point?
Beautiful. That's exactly what the New Testament assumes for Christ in Colossians chapter 1, for example, or in John chapter 1. That because the author of John is holding to two-stage logos theory, and that could be proven using the contextual historical clues, like the writings of Philo and the writings of Justin Martyr and those in the time, right? It is assumed that Christ is the first creature by which all other things have their being. All things created ex nihilo come from Christ, who is not created ex nihilo. Rather, he's created from the very substance of God. And that's why Philo, writing in the first century, says that Christ is not uncreated like the Father. Or sorry, not Christ. The Word, the Logos, is not uncreated like the Father. And it's not a creature like others that are created out of nothing. Rather, it sits right in the middle. So it's not uncreated like God, but it's not created like other creatures. It sits right in the middle, and it's an instrument for all creation. So no,
Yeah,
it's
just
not a contradiction.
yeah, would be a contradiction. It's because the statement, when we're taking, if you grant the statement that Christ was an instrumental cause for everything which came to be, and Christ came to be, that means Christ was the instrumental cause for himself to come to be,
So you
which is
didn't
going to be a
listen, did you?
contradiction if and only if. Let me learn.
You didn't listen.
Which would be, I did listen, because you're saying that the way in which,
So can you repeat what
for
I said?
example, you stated that Christ is going to be created, not ex nihilo, because that's
Right.
only going to be designated of all of the the entities which derive from Christ. But Christ
Right.
would have been
So he's not.
created
So he's not in the same.
via.
So he's not.
Wait, hold on. Let me
Wait.
learn. Let me learn.
So he's not in the same. What we're talking. He's
Let
not
me
in the same category,
because I
right?
haven't finished landing.
Wait, hold on. Both of
Okay,
you can
land.
finish. Let the other one talk, please, and then you guys
Yes,
can
yes,
finish.
land. Land.
Thank you. Right. See, and I even lost track of what I was gonna say. But it was created. Christ was created via the essence. Right.
So he's not. He's
But
not
I'm
in the same
saying.
category,
But
right?
I'm saying. You could say that Christ was created differently, but that doesn't defeat what's been indicated in Scripture, because things come to be in different ways. You know that, right? So just saying that Christ came to be in a different manner from other things doesn't actually mean that, oh yeah, my point, which I was trying to illustrate to you, is nullified. You know that, right? Because my point
Yeah. So
It's
All
stating
right,
that
sorry.
if we take such that an entity, if we take the axiom that an entity cannot cause its own existence, right? And we look at the statement such that anything which came to be through the Son, right? Then this would be something which is extended to the Son itself, which would imply that existence was caused by the Son, which is contradictory. Why? Because it will suppose the prior ontological existence of the Son in order for him to cause himself to exist, right? Which is
All right.
practically saying that Christ did exist or did not exist in a given point.
All right. So G1 is acting like he didn't listen to what I said. You just conceded that the statement, for example, that all men came from Adam assumes that Adam is the first man. It is not saying that Adam came from Adam, although Adam himself is a man. Likewise, when the New Testament says that all created things, invisible or visible, came from the Son, it assumes that the Son is the first creature. What is
It
the
doesn't
symmetry
assume.
breaker?
It doesn't, you
It does.
assume.
It does
No,
assume.
that's not what's being assumed. No,
Do you want?
you
Well, I
are
I
reading
can
that.
argue for it if you want.
Let me land, right? That's what you're
All right.
importing into the text. And that's
I'm
why if
not.
we take your interpretation, no, because if we take your interpretation, right, then it would mean that for anything which came to be, right, came to be from some other, from another entity, which isn't Yahweh, which doesn't coincide with the Old Testament, right? And this is an argument that typically people tend to give to like Unitarians, right, who reject like the deity of God, but want to affirm that Christ created everything. Because when you go to Isaiah chapter 44, verses 24, it states that the Lord Yahweh alone created everything. I'm paraphrasing, by the way, right? Which would mean that this what's called execution of power is only designated of Yahweh alone, which is affirmed throughout Scripture, which is an
All right.
exclusive attribute which no other
All
entity
right.
can have. But if the Son has that quality, then the entity is going to be Christ, i.e. Yahweh.
Thank you very much. So G1 abandoned his first argument. Thank you very much for
How was that
conceding your
mine?
first
How did I
argument.
abandon my first argument? Is
So you went
that's it.
away from claiming that it's a contradiction. Now you're
What?
arguing. Well, look, hey, don't talk while I'm talking. You can't do the Rumi dash over here. It's not gonna work.
Allow
So he
him to
abandoned
speak,
his
please.
first argument. What'd you say, SJ?
No, I was just saying allow him to speak because I said the same thing for him earlier. So let him land as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, he's doing the Rumi dash, the Rumi dance. He thinks we're in the 500 BC metaphysics era. So please stop gibberating and answer the question. Okay? So he ran away from the first argument. That is, if it says all things came from Jesus, right? Invisible or visible, that means Jesus can be a creature because that means he came from himself. But I proved to him that doesn't work because all we need to posit is that the author assumes Jesus is the first creature by which all other creatures come. Just like Augustine and others and even the New Testament assumes Adam is the first man, which all other men come through. That is why it is perfectly valid for us to say all men come from Adam. Although it's not literally all men because Adam himself is a man. Okay, so that's refuted. Now he went to Isaiah chapter 44, right? And the issue with that, I'm going to refute both points. The issue with that, okay, is it assumes univocality with the text. Remember, we're not doing an internal critique, we're doing an external critique. Okay?
What?
Don't assume that the author of Hebrews, Colossians, John, and Corinthians, Pauline letters, is in univocality with the monotheistic book of Isaiah, because it simply doesn't. These books assume a Platonic metaphysical framework, while Isaiah doesn't assume a Platonic metaphysical framework. Okay, that's number one. Number two, even then it could be reconciled, just like Philo of Alexandria reconciles it. G1, do you agree that Philo of Alexandria believed in Isaiah chapter 44?
I don't know what you believe. I never read them, so I can't even make an
You don't know who
affirmation.
Philo of Alexandria?
I heard of the individual, but I don't know who he is historically speaking.
Okay,
Can I
Philo of
respond?
Alexandria.
Is my turn to?
Yeah.
I don't really care
We're
what format
not doing,
Alexandra
hey, dude, we're
believes
not
in.
doing time slots so
So
you
can I
can run
respond?
away. We're having a conversation.
What do you
Sorry,
mean
you're not
run
gonna
away?
run away. Yeah,
How am I
I need a
running
flowing
away?
yeah, so you could
But
yap your way
you
for 2
made
minutes, and I
points.
could yap for 2 minutes, and then we'll never get anywhere.
But
So
you yapped for
let's talk.
$3 minutes,
One
and I
sec.
only
Oh, my
spoke
wife's
for like
calling.
20 seconds. But yeah, one, it's not an external critique. The whole conversation was an internal critique. Hence, Leafy didn't partake in the conversation, right? So you're
It's not an
incorrect in
internal
that
critique.
respect.
What are you talking about?
It
It's
legit,
not
the
an
whole
what?
discussion. Yeah, when we're looking at the second caption in SJ's prompt, and I said that would
That's
be
not an internal critique.
an internal
That's not an internal
critique.
critique.
That would be an
It's
internal
not.
critique. It would
It's
be an
not. You
internal
want me to
critique.
prove it to you?
And the whole
You want me to
conversation,
prove it to you?
you don't have to
You want me to
prove it
prove it to
because the
you?
whole context
You want
of
me
the
to prove it to you?
discussion, it doesn't matter.
It's not. Itachi, were you making an internal critique?
It doesn't
Wait,
matter.
her statement,
Ask
her
Itachi.
statement was separate from
Let
what
me
Leafy
land.
had said, and what Leafy
Let
had
me
said was
Wait,
completely
let me
I'll ask
land,
Itachi.
bro.
I'll ask Itachi. Hold on. Itachi, is
What?
this an internal critique?
Well, my argument's different to this completely.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what
We're not talking
Leafy's
about the
conflating.
continuity argument. Lord of mercy.
And
Look,
wait,
we're
but
not talking
Not the
about.
continuity.
G1, Leafy, you're asking the wrong person. Leafy, did you
What
say
do
that
you
it was
mean asking
internal
the
or
wrong person?
external?
No,
He
Leafy said
said
external.
himself that it was
Mine was
He said,
external.
exactly, and he said it was
his
external.
critique.
So nobody on the
This is called panic mode right now, bro.
nobody
Yeah,
on
this
the
is
swear.
okay.
panel
Then now
when
this is being silly.
G1, nobody on the panel except for Itachi, but her argument was different. Said that the second prompt was internal. Nobody.
Now he wants to use an internal critique.
Look. This is how I know you guys are not even listening. This is
What
how I
the
know you're
heck
not
would it
listening.
be an internal
When I
critique, dude?
engaged,
Say something real
look. This is how I know
quick.
you
Just
lost.
that somebody
Even
that's
to be honest, not listening. You look when Leafy was speaking about the caption, because bear in mind when I came in, I said I was interested in the caption.
Yes,
Right, but
he
then
said it was
Leafy,
external.
when he was giving his wait, hold on, let me land. When Leafy was given his input regarding to the second caption, he was given an external critique. I'm not interested in external critique. Hence, I said that typically, right, when Muslims tend to say that Christ is not God, right, they even believe, like, given the Christians' beliefs, right, it isn't the case. And then that's how we got to this discussion, right? Because we're talking about what I said prior,
I'm
right?
the
No
one
one's talking
making
about an
the
external
argument.
critique.
How are you going to tell me what argument I'm making?
It doesn't matter what argument you're making, right? You're trying to make an argument in reference to what I was saying earlier, and the given context was by an internal
How are you
critique.
going to tell me what argument I'm making, dude? I'm
Because the
making the
argument which you're
argument. You
making
don't
is an
dictate if
external
it's
critique.
internal or
You
external.
said
It's not.
you're given your.
Can I explain? I'll
So your
tell you my
argument is
own
going to be
argument.
so your
Dude,
argument is going to be
over
internal critique.
talking is a sign of panic.
What?
You know that,
What do
right?
you mean over talking?
You're
I was
panicking
speaking.
right
What are
now.
you
You just
talking
literally
about?
interrupted him.
I was
Yeah,
speaking.
you
What?
are over talking.
Just so
You
You're
are
over.
over
You're
What's wrong
explaining.
with this guy?
I
You
was
are
legit
over
This guy's
explaining
speaking.
right now.
Okay,
manifesting.
man. There's no need to jump in.
I know, but he's literally manifesting
What
right
does
now.
he mean
guys,
over
just
talking?
chill,
Over
bro.
talking me?
I'm trying to mediate here.
But
Just wait, chill.
let's be honest.
Wait,
Leafy,
man,
Religion.
like,
just chill for a
Hey,
second.
G.
Wait,
Just chill for a second.
man.
Bro,
Am I
just chill for a
confused?
second. G1, just chill for a second, bro. Yeah, so I'm just trying to mediate between you guys because this conversation can happen like way more efficiently. You guys can let each other speak and you guys can get to the points you want to address. So when I was speaking, I was making an external critique. I was saying, Itachi was saying, oh, I'm not granting you that these aren't Jesus's words. Because they're not Jesus's words, I don't care. I said, look, even if I grant you that they have some authority in the early Christian community, I'm still saying you're misunderstanding them. That was my point, and I critiqued it historically. Then Libiano came on, and he critiqued specifically what G1 was saying when he was talking to Itachi about Jesus being uncreated because of the contradiction that supposedly derives from it. That's when Libiano jumped on, and he wanted to critique it as well from his own paradigm.
Yes.
Hold on.
Let
That means
me talk now.
Libiano. That means
G1, you've been talking.
no, because I was
You've been talking,
speaking
dude.
and you interrupted me.
You've
No,
been
because you're getting
talking.
confused. No,
Wait,
because that's not
Libiano,
the
let
order.
him speak. I'll give it
That's
back
not
to you. I'll give it back to you.
that's not that's not the order of the events, right? The order of the events is that I came in, right, to discuss about the prompts, right? You discussed
Oh
about
my
the prompts,
goodness, you're
Leafy.
literally
And
not
let me
past the fact
land,
that
let
three
me
two
land, the
different.
words of mercy.
This is meta.
Let
This
me
is called
land, bro.
this is called panic mode. Hey,
Why am I getting
Leafy, let me
interrupted?
take over, bro.
Why
This
am
is
I, what are you
panic mode,
taking over?
G1.
You're getting confused with
G1,
words.
stick
Why am I
to the
getting
point.
in?
Stick to the point.
Why?
Stick
Am
to the
I getting
point. This ain't
interrupted?
this
Am I
ain't
getting
this ain't
interrupted?
hey, this ain't
Why
relative
am I getting
identity.
interrupted?
This ain't relative
Why am
Okay,
I
identity.
okay,
getting
okay, okay,
This
interrupted?
okay,
ain't Peter
okay,
G.
SJ,
okay.
let's
And it makes
really,
no sense.
Let's
And
hey,
let's
look,
SJ,
let me tell
that's
you
stick to
really
why.
the
why
Let
point.
me tell
G1
you
didn't
why.
engage with
Let me tell
This
you
Leafy.
is
why it doesn't
this
make
is
sense. Wait,
panic
hold
mode,
on.
bruh.
Let me tell you
Hey
why. Wait, hold on.
G1,
Let me.
why are you
Oh
over
my. Let
talking,
me.
bro?
Because I'm
What are
speaking.
you
What's
I
wrong
was
with
doing?
legit
the
speaking.
libido,
What
dude?
is this
I
guy
was
doing,
legit
dude?
Bro
speaking.
has low libido.
Stop
I was
over
legit
talking.
speaking.
Man,
SJ,
man,
And
Oh my
okay.
no, look.
god.
Man, you
but
Let me
can't
tell
be
you
up here
why.
saying
Oh
that
my
type of
god.
stuff.
Can I speak?
Let me
Hold
tell
on.
you why.
Man, you cannot be up here saying that type of stuff. Don't do that. Don't.
He's
Nobody
over
was up here
talking
with being
me.
disrespectful like that to you. Come on. I'll have your
He's
back in
over
most
Bro,
talking
cases,
me.
I
but
And
you
let
swear
me.
can't
this
do
guy is
that.
trying to run right now,
Dang,
bro.
G1, you can't even let me talk.
Can I just say
Sorry.
it's my argument? Why is everybody commenting on my
Your argument
argument?
is going to be relevant to
G1,
the topic. Bro.
when we wanna hey stop, don't panic. When we
What do you mean?
interpret a historical text, it's
Oh my goodness.
when I'm approaching the biblical text, okay? I'm approaching it historically, trying to understand what it's trying to say historically. It cannot be an internal critique. Doesn't even make sense. We are
Okay,
trying
so
to see whether the historical Gospel of John, what was the authorial intent? Was he a
no,
Trinitarian? Is that what he's trying to express? Was the author of Hebrews, was he trying to express that? Colossians, Revelations, or not? This is an external critique, not an internal critique. So please, can we
yeah,
get back to the substance and stop
is
dashing,
an
dude?
internal. Again,
Stick to
again,
it.
if we're given an external critique, then it's irrelevant to what I was speaking about. Why? And I can
So
prove
you
it.
don't want
I
to
can
talk.
prove it.
All
I
right.
can prove it.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
talking about an
So
internal
you don't want
critique.
to have a conversation with me. All right. Got it, bro.
If it's
Got
not
it.
about
So you don't
internal
want to.
critique, then no. Like you're
The
talking
beef,
about something
You see?
irrelevant.
You
What
see?
the heck?
This is panic
If
mode
I'm
right here.
talking about
So he doesn't want to
pineapples and
talk.
you're talking about pears, why would I be speaking
Yeah.
about
Wait,
something that I'm
Who the
looking
heck?
at?
G1,
you have to
Who
be
the
G1,
heck
honest.
why do
wants
you
to?
not
But
want to
anyways,
engage with, wait, why do you not want to engage with
because
what we're
I'm talking
saying?
about an internal critique, and if I was talking about external critique, Leafy would have jumped in. Like what?
That's
Bro,
fair.
Look,
That is
wait,
please, wait,
but
fair
hold on.
though.
Please use our brains. Wait,
G1, but
please use our brains.
G1, nobody
Please use
on
our brains,
panel
bro.
was speaking about internal critique.
Yes,
Except
No,
we
no, no.
Itachi,
He no,
was
no.
because of me.
except
What?
except Itachi. However, she had a completely
Oh
different argument. That's exactly what the issue is
no,
here.
Wait,
no,
wait.
Wait,
Let
no.
me
You're
be
forgetting.
charitable.
No,
Wait, I
that's
no,
not
understand what
no,
fair.
G1 is
no.
saying. Wait, just wait. I
Lord of
understand what G1 is
mercy.
saying.
What?
Just wait,
He literally
G1. I
didn't
get
want to
what you're saying.
engage with Leafy
Wait,
because he
wait,
was
wait.
doing external
Yeah,
critique.
I get what he's saying. He's saying, oh, if
Like
I wanted
what?
to do external critique, I would have just keep speaking to Leafy. But G1, the reason I disengaged is because I wanted Itachi and you to continue your conversation. I didn't want to butt in.
Look,
That's why.
no. The reason why I'm saying, look, in the when Itachi was talking about the continuity argument, that was an external critique. You was talking about an external critique. I wasn't, right? So I specified
Debating
that
about debating,
Muslims
bro.
typically
This is
hold.
debating about
Because no,
debating.
because you wait, hold
Get
on,
to
let
the
me land.
substance.
Let me land.
Oh my
I'm getting to the
god, bro.
substance. I'm proving my point. That's why I say typically Muslims believe, right, even given, the Christian commitments, right, it isn't the case where Christ is God, right? Then I said, let's engage with that. And you said, oh, let me engage with halal Christian, right? That's what you said, showing that you understood what I was trying to indicate regarding to the critique in this given context, because you wanted me to speak to halal Christian. Why? Because we take the Bible, right? This is going to be something which we're going to be using to prove said positions. And you said, Itachi, right, that you don't take John 1, you only take the red letters or the sayings of Christ. So why is it that you're granting statements about John 1:1, which isn't about the sayings of Christ explicitly, right? That makes no sense.
All right, so can we get back to the substance now?
Yeah, so it's
Because
an
it
internal critique,
doesn't
whereas the
even make
context of the
sense. Hey,
discussion.
why are you
So
talking,
do
dude?
you,
Sip it, man. What's wrong with you?
because I'm
Sip
the
it.
one
You
who
just
was
spoke.
talking. That's where.
You just spoke,
That's
dog.
legit
Sip
where.
it.
Yeah, and so are you going
Sip
to
it,
give an
bro.
internal critique? Yes or
Yeah,
no?
bro. What's wrong
If
with this
not,
guy,
then there's
bro?
no point.
You're actually panicking right now. It's crazy. Well, I swear. Like
Is it?
everybody could see you're panicking. Just sip it,
Is
dude.
it?
All
Is it?
right.
No. I'm
So
panicking. No.
it's it doesn't even make sense for
I'm
this to be an
panicking.
internal critique. If it's an internal critique, then I have to grant you your presuppositions. I have to
Oh
grant you
no.
your
Oh no.
exegetical framework. Okay, that's what internal critique is. All right, it can't be an internal
No,
critique
no, no, no,
if we're
no, no,
trying
no,
to
no.
see. Bro, stop. It
You don't
can't
have
be
to
an
just.
internal critique if we're trying to see if the text historically teaches Trinitarianism or it teaches some kind of two-stage logos theory. All right?
Oh my
So it
goodness.
can't be an internal critique. So do you want to have the discussion or not?
I already said no, since it wasn't the context of what I
All
was
right.
speaking
Well,
about.
here you heard it here,
So do you
folks.
want to have an
G1
internal? So do you want to
is
have a?
panicking. He
So do
doesn't
you
want
want
to
to have a
talk.
discussion?
And he got
Yeah. So do you want to have a discussion about what we were
baked
speaking about?
again. So yeah, thank you
So I
very
got
much.
baked about
You
something
heard
that
it. He doesn't want to talk. I'm driving. I'll see you guys
I don't
next
want to
time.
talk about something that I wasn't
Thank you.
referencing. What? Do you want to speak about the internal critique? Like what? Like
I'm not gonna lie, that
okay,
guy
yeah,
is
this guy's just
very interesting, bro.
he's too
We're not gonna talk
slow,
about
bro.
Leviano, bro. He left.
Nah, he's moving
I mean, I
slow. The
talked
whole
about him when he was
context was
here, so
about
it's not
internal
his fault.
critique, and he's
Yeah,
trying to
but
push it to an external critique.
but no,
He's
we're
not
not.
here.
Just
He's not
wait,
here.
bro.
He's not
We're not
here.
talking
Here's
shit about Lebiano. Like it's
exactly.
okay.
But
He's not
he's
here. He's not here to drop it. He's not
but
here to
he's in the
drop it. And
comments.
also, if you didn't want to engage with what he was saying, separate from what Itachi was saying, separate from what Leafy was saying, then you didn't want to engage. Cool. Move on. He's not here.
Okay,
Okay.
so can we talk about what I was saying
Okay,
in the
G1,
beginning?
but don't bring it up again. Okay.
I'm not bringing anything out. I'm talking about what we
Okay,
was
we
talking
will
about
move
initially
forward.
in the
We'll move
beginning.
forward.
Let's go
We'll
back
move
to it.
forward.
Let's go back to it.
So like what the
We'll
heck?
Look at it
move
from an
forward.
internal
Chill
stance.
out.
We'll do it from an internal stance. So basically, the verse you brought in Isaiah 44.